Pakistan! Zindabad! Jeeve! Pakistan! Jeeve! Pakistan!
Cricket is something which is perhaps more than sport in Pakistan. It brings people together, there's no doubt about that. The kind of passion which comes out, it's extremely, I mean, you can't, it's very hard to explain that.
Stani Army wasn't a sudden thing as a child growing up. I was just a genuine fan who supported the team and wanted to go to games, etc. But 2008 we sort of started a website, and it was like more of a blogging website. 2010, after the infamous spot fixing fiasco, we went to the ODIs, and with the ODIs we got this constant feeling that we were looked as demeaned. You know, we were like the inferior, we were the bad ones, and it was about time that, you know, we had an identity and we actually showed Pakistan as a good side. So I remember coming back and actually discussing it with a friend and said, you know what, we need to do something. And he said, I've got a website called the Stani Army, and maybe we can do something with that. And I was like, what do you mean Stani Army, what are you going to do? And he went, a fan group maybe. So we started it then, and it was just the two of us for a good 3 years. Just the two of us. We could not get anyone to join. Everyone thought we're mad.
So as I mentioned, back in '92, when I used to go to games, you used to get pockets of fans sat in various different places in the stadium. And the most fun you have is when you're sat with a big group. So when you're having your chants, when you're jumping up and down, when you're singing, if there's a big group of you doing it together, you know, it makes it all the better to go to the games for. So with the Stani Army under that banner, different, you know, people obviously recognise the banner, they want to be a part of it. So it helps to bring them together. If you're sat in one stand and then there's a group of Stani Army fans sat in another, you know, you might see, are there any spare seats there? Can you actually go over there? Can you sit with them? Because you want to be part of the atmosphere, you want to be part of the fun. That's for me essentially why I go to the games.
Pakistan! Zindabad! Jeeve! Pakistan! Jeeve! Pakistan! Zor se bolo! Pakistan! Zor se bolo! Pakistan!
It was the 2011 World Cup when it really kicked off, and as gradually it went on, the Champions Trophy 2013 is when we actually saw the drastic change. Loads of people following us, the stands saying Stani Army, Stani Army. That was our turning point. We gradually sort of, on social media, we had this word going, at Stani Army, and we started to dress up, we started to, you know, look a bit more unique from general fans where, you know, you're sort of just going like with a Pakistan t-shirt on and just sitting there. We wanted to look something different, so yeah, started dressing up. We said, you know what, we're gonna be the good, and people start looking at you and saying, oh, he's unique. And when you're looking like that and you start a chant, people follow you.
So this outfit's been developed over a number of years. It started back in 1992. I was lucky that my dad was brilliant in that they would take me and my brother to games. Pakistan were touring here for 5 tests and 5 one-days. My dad took us to a few days over in Headingley and Leeds, not just for the game but for the practice days as well. And then I always used to put some face paint on when a lot of other people weren't doing it at games, whether that was painting my hair, putting some paint on my face, putting a bandana on, anything like that. And it's just kind of evolved over the years. I actually wore the hair the first time in 2013 for the Pakistan-India Champions Trophy game over in Birmingham. I've painted my hair and beard, green, white, everything. The thing that I saw was that if you have a Pakistan cricket top, they change on a regular basis. So I wanted something that I could just keep wearing constantly. And then I found this t-shirt here. And then funnily enough, a couple of years ago, my sister was about to chuck her son's Hulk gloves out. And I saw them, I thought they're green, I thought, perfect, I'll keep them and they'll come in handy one day. So I've kept them, and then I've tried different face paints on, and then I like tigers, bit tiger stripes on there, yeah, and the whole thing just kind of came about like that. When you go to the games and you're dressed in character, you put a smile on people's faces. And to me, that's what it's all about. It's about going to the ground, going to the game and having a laugh, having a good time, having banter with the opposition and for that great atmosphere.
You don't need to be in a costume, you don't need to be in face paint, you don't need to have a wig. The Stani Army is the Pakistani Army. You're supporting the cricket team.
At the ground, it's all about chanting, raising the crowd, raising the atmosphere, running up and down the stands, starting Mexican waves. If Pakistan aren't doing well, it's about lifting the crowd's spirit. And you know, we mentioned that Stani Army are Pakistan's 12th man. And the way that we're the 12th man is that we support the team not only when they're winning, but also when they're losing. I've had numbers of people that when Pakistan aren't doing well saying, why do you still support them? They're doing rubbish. To me, they're my team. So whether they're winning Champions Trophy, World Cup, or whether they're losing to India, they're still my team and I still support them through thick and thin. And we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for the whole crowd there, we're doing it for the team, we are the 12th man.
If you could be the 12th man in that stand and 11 players are on that field, you know what, you are quite formidable then.